I wake up daily early, but due to some responsibility, I am unable to join. Yeah,
Early morning time is good.
yes, sir.
Janda, you have any topic for discuss today?
Yes. Yeah. What happened with the people? Oh, yes. What happened with the people when the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the dinner, state dinner
White
in
House.
USA. Yes.
Mm. White
What is
House. No?
the yes? What is the opinion right now?
Well,
So what do you think about that? Okay, actually, USA invited for the state dinner for our PM. What do you think?
I think it's good because uh, the other day mentioned the person with more power is the prime minister, and the second person is the president. And
Mm,
if the president from the United States invited to the prime minister is for a start one better relation
mm-hmm.
and talk about the maybe new jobs or new agreements with
Mm,
India.
yeah, many of reason behind that. You can see now many of top level people join this dinner, like Mukesh Ambani. Do you know Mukesh Ambani? This is the richest person about India.
Okay.
businessman,
Yeah,
businessman.
Oh,
You
businessman. Okay.
you, you can see also Elon Musk also met our Modi due to some business opportunity. Actually, in the ancient time, you can see now India is a gold word. Do you know gold word? सोने की चिड़िया बोलते थे हमारे इंडिया को. तो many of agreement, and you can see now when the powerful people then also invited USA actually. And one thing is that also Kamala Harris also sees from India. So also she is much excited about the made the Modi and invited the state dinner in White House. This is the first time. So I can see this type of happen, and as well as also Elon Musk is also made actually after long time. So Elon Musk is also powerful man, and he has also many of CEO like Twitter and SpaceX and Tesla also. So many of reason behind your USA president invited the our PM. Many of discuss maybe in futures. Many of planned also some agreements also over there, and also he is a very powerful speech in White House. Our Modi. Then many of people take the selfie, and many of people take the signature. Our PM. So you can see now anywhere you can go, like any country, you can say also I'm from India. Then definitely you can see the regards and embassy and other peoples also. And you many of foreigner also came in India. Then obviously our culture always regards and always appreciate. So that's why you can see in anywhere. Then you can take the regards also. And our Modi is also our uh, our foreign policies also day by day increase, and we are happy with Modi, and I hope 24 election again our Modi came in India and then enjoy. And
Oh, it's possible re-election.
yeah, 24 2024 election will be held for the Lok Sabha election, 4 p.m. election. So
Because
Okay.
what happens, Brenda, every 5 years election is going on.
Yes. And in
Last
this,
election, 2019, so natural to 2024.
तो आपका वॉइस रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहा
Not audible?
yes, maybe it's better the other devices. Now the voice is like a break.
है. You can see also na Ukraine.
Hello, I
This,
am audible.
yes sir.
No, you are not audible good. Your voice is break.
Now it's okay.
Yes.
So, and second thing is USA and India both are democratic country. So I think this friendship is not only for good USA and India. It will be good for world. I think.
Oh.
Actually, Modi ji told during his speech, if India will grow, then whole world will grow.
You can see now sir Elon Musk is a very richest person in world time. He will also interested to invest in India. Maybe he's agreed to all terms and conditions from the India agreement. Maybe.
So it's really very good for both country and I think for world.
Yes, because no, it's not only one country because other countries depend for other country. And
Yeah.
if USA invest money or other type of things like companies, industries, manufacturing, etc., uh, it's possible other country join with India or USA and invest more things.
Yes. So this friendship is, do you know, Brenda? This friendship is not good think by China. Narendra. China is always
China and
opposite.
Pakistan also. मेरा
Yes, because if more country work with, give me a second. Uh,
Yes, yes.
when the Aryan was the Modi ji, Elon Musk meet the Modi, then Aryan is very excited. Some happen is also going on. Actually, Tesla is a very costly car. Then many of possibilities like and many of person opportunities also. Tesla and SpaceX also. So and very incredible actually. And Modi ji invited for the state dinner for the White House, And then during the ancient time, one also picture is also viral. Okay, he clicked the pic of in front of White House, and nowadays you can see now he is taking the dinner. So very actually, if you do the practice, then definitely you can learn of all things.
So I think it's really very good for our India, Navinji, because
Yes.
right now Modi last 9 years trying to Modi government trying a lot regarding how to grow our country.
Yes.
So it's really very good for our country, Navinji.
Yes. I am coming again. Yes, I think Naveen is now sleeping again because it's so early.
Yes, I think it's
Yes,
some network to
but
off.
but I think it's good when one country make make alliances with other country. But what is the opinion from China? It's not good this alliances. I think now India is a enemy.
Actually, it's a part inside of China. China thinks that India is right now not developed country. Yes. So what happened, Brenda? It's a natural thing. Those countries are developed right now, and India is a developing country. So Chinese government think that how to break India growth. Yes, because all we know that after COVID, all responsibility, whole world know that it's a totally responsible of China. Due to China country, COVID-19 present in whole world. Yes.
Yes.
So I think after COVID, maximum country avoid to invest in China. So after China, what happened?
Oh,
So
Aryan, good morning, better.
practically after China, negativity in the world, India is a good option for world because whole world, not only USA and Russia, whole world know in very well the power and talent of India, Indian people, Indian democratic, because history say that Indian government never tried to war to any other country for as like win, as like China. China policy is how to merge other small country in China. But this type of activity India never try to war and a small country merge in one country. So this type of thing is only in China. So due to friendship with USA and India, it's a natural thing that China government
you think
Yeah.
China, yeah, you think China uh, start the COVID with unintentional?
Yes, it's COVID-19 started from China, and here WHO searching till now not happened. What happened? The result, but Chinese government told us it's naturally present, but a lot of organization told us no, it's a totally Chinese government policy. Then this type of COVID-19 present in our society, and I think after COVID-19, Chinese whole world avoid to invest in China because during COVID, a lot of people died in the world. So who will responsible for this? So it's really good for world, good for India. Doesn't matter Chinese country, Chinese government happy or not happy. Doesn't matter. Yes.
Yes, but this disease was unintentional, right?
What is unintentional regarding?
The COVID or
Yes.
China would have one proposal for these diseases for the COVID.
Good morning, Surendra sir. How are you, Surendra sir? Please unmute Surendra sir. Hello.
Good morning. Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So today we are discussing regarding our Prime Minister visited in USA regarding a state dinner. So,
Mhm.
Surendra sir, please say something about this topic.
About state dinner,
Yes, our Prime Minister went to USA regarding a state dinner. Good morning, Sanjay sir.
Good morning.
good morning, sir.
Sanjay sir, please unmute sir if possible, sir. Good morning,
Good
sir.
Yes,
morning.
sir.
Good morning.
Anyone?
So, sir, we are discussing regarding our Prime Minister went to USA regarding a state dinner. So
Mm,
Brenda told us regarding what happened. I told her this is historical work, and Modi ji also told us if India will grow, means whole world will grow. This type of thing. So Sanjay sir, please say something regarding this. our Prime Minister visited USA regarding a state dinner, and I think
Give me
this
a
is
few
really
minutes. Give me a few minutes.
yes, 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 sure, sir. So yes, Surinder sir, please continue. I think some days before, our Prime Minister visited USA regarding a state dinner in White House, and they spent 4 days in USA, and I think a lot of agreement done between India and USA. So it's really very good for our country. And do you know, Surinder sir, our neighbor country China is not happy regarding this.
True, true.
Yeah. So Surinder sir, please say something.
Yes,
Surinder sir?
yes, US,
Yes.
yes, US trip of our Prime Minister was very good and very important for Indian and for US people also. There were a lot of agreements signed between US President and our Prime Minister. Main important agreement signed and when business happened, deal of drones, that was very important for India. It was needed from earlier time. So this we can watch our borders very effectively, and a grand welcome was happen in US when our Prime Minister went to there. So it was very amazing. Oh, and we can calculate our uh, respect, our Prime Minister's respect in US. How is and how is growing India's reputation in other countries also. So when uh, once our Prime Minister visited at the time of Donald Trump, and this is the second visit to US, I think, of Prime Minister Modi. We uh, one time was there when our Prime Minister was restricted to enter in US when Prime Minister was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. Due to some controversy, he was restricted to enter Prime Minister Modi, but his name and fame grows and expand to all around the world, and US understand what is the condition of India and what is the power of India. Without India, he cannot grow fast. Without because if US want to control China, then he has to uh, he has to take company of India. There is no other way to control China. So that is why I think US is paying much attention on India, and this is good for India and US also. Yes, thank you. What I know, I represent. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Surinder sir. So Sanjay sir, right now it's okay. Can you say something, sir?
I think Modi ji has visited US many times, at least 3 times, if I remember, 3 or 4 times, right?
Yes, after PM.
Yeah. After becoming
Yes.
PM, I recall 2 times. Before becoming PM, I think once he visited when he was not in limelight. And if you see the history of Modi's visit to US, so one visit he did when he was not in limelight, he was an unknown figure, and at that
He
time
was. Yes, sir.
he dreamed, yeah, of visiting White House, and when he came to power, I think first time he was denied a visa to the US to visit US. Then I think he invited Obama during one of the 26th January parade, and after that he also got an invite. So during Obama's period, I think he visited. Sorry, during Trump's period, he visited, and he got a very good welcome. Then Trump visited India in Gujarat, and then again now Modi visited during Joe Biden's time. So he has visited United States during both Republican Party as well as Democratic Party in power. So that shows that it is immaterial which party rules in the United States. They cannot ignore India. They cannot ignore India in their overall strategy. Now India is one of the largest countries in the world, largest populated country. So India is in the United States strategical thinking now all the time. If you see the most recent visit, one of the key takeaway from that is, for me, is defense and semiconductor deal that he was successful in signing with the United States. So I come from semiconductor field, so I know it is Micron which is uh, planning to put up a plant in Gujarat for semiconductor manufacturing, and India was looking for something like this for some time. So as soon as Micron announced, then many more players have announced that they will put up their plant in Odisha and some other places. So this is a good win because the future lies in electronics. Whatever we do, digital security is very important. Digital security means uh, the supply chain security of digital products, and chips are one of them. And in defense, I'm not sure what are the deals being signed, mostly in nuclear and other things. So for me, this is very good timing when world is in war. Ukraine and Russia are in war. China has a big war also, economical war with the US because of chips and other things. And India is in a position where it can show its hegemony in the world, at least in the Asia. And being closer to US will definitely help India as a strategic move in the future in Asia, Southeast Asia and Pacific, Asia Pacific. Also, coupled with these wins, I think he visited United Nations, and there was a big yoga session conducted. I'm not sure you guys are aware, and many countries participated in that yoga. So I believe that after Swami Vivekananda's speech, this was one of the biggest event in the US by an Indian leader. So these are some of the things that, apart from others, many visits to White House and special visits, by eminent people of the United States and addressing Indian diaspora. So definitely, this also shows that Modi will come back in power in 2024 election. That's why United States is so much interested to invite Modi during his, you know, ending ending of the term. So these are the few key takeaways for me from Modi's visit. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thank you, sir. You provide us a lot of idea regarding our today's topic. Good morning, Aryan.
So, sir, how is Modi succeed to please both country like Russia and America? When any prime minister, other prime minister of India wants to please America, then Russia like feel anger, and when we goes to Russia, America was anger. So nowadays, Modi is succeed to please both countries, and how it is happening. Sanjay sir,
Oh, this is a question to me, Surendraji.
sir,
So I will not say it is about pleasing. As I said, it is how others are placing India in their strategy. Like if you take Russia, Russia needs a buyer for their arms and weapons and fighter aircrafts. And India has been a long-standing partner for Russia while buying these aircrafts and supplies. So Russia cannot neglect India. Same thing. Now we see that India is the largest population in the world now, and followed by China. So United States sees India as a alternative place to sell their goods because of large population, a very big youth presence in India. If you see the median age of people in the world, it is now 39 years old. One day we were looking at all the data. And India, it may be even lower than that. So young population, young consumer population is present. So United States also cannot neglect India. So we are at a time, India is at a time when both the countries are seeing India as its strategic alliance. So it is not about India going to closer to them. I think it is more that they want India because of different geopolitical situation and economical situation. Like if you see China is against US and US is against China because of chips war. China has a dream of $100 billion insourcing of electronics, the chips production in house. But for that, they need key technology like lithography, which is controlled by United States, and United States is not giving that to China. So China, in return, doing a lot of sanctions on rare earth metal like neodymium and all those, which are important for electronics production. And if you see, India has some issues also now at the border. So security is a concern for India. And now, India being a neutral country, United States sees it as an alliance. So what they were trying to do with China, they are planning to do it with India in terms of outsourcing the chips production. So when Nixon visited China many years back, his idea was that all the innovation will take place in the United States and they will outsource manufacturing. So what happened that while outsourcing, they also transferred technology to China, and then rapidly China, started copying, and now they are at a state when they want to do everything on their own, which is not favorable to United States. So now United States sees India as a strategic partner and outsource those chips manufacturing. So that's why they have signed a deal as well. So it is the time at which India is standing right now is favorable to her, and that's why both the polars of the world, Russia and United States, they want to ally with India. Have I answered your question, Surendraji?
Yes, yes, sure, sir. Actually, America many times wants to join India in NATO plus, but India cleared that yes, I am want to being a neutral. I will not go to with anyone. But Modi ji is succeed. We can see Modi ji succeed in this policy, and sometimes it can be seen that India is going some like America's favor. But once again, when India purchasing without fear of any restriction oil and gas from Russia, then it is Modi's policy that is, I think, it is success prime minister in foreign policy.
Yes, we can say that. But it is more about timing. I think any leader in India would have done same thing. So it is about timing in which all these geopolitical tensions and relationships are developing. That gives a mileage leverage to India.
Yes, yes. So it means Modi ji is fortunate prime minister that is taking time, a good time for Modi ji for handling both the countries at the same time.
Yeah, I think Modi has hired some smart people like Jay Shankar from Indian Foreign Service. So they are helping a lot. So yes, it is the leadership charisma and at the same time leadership strategy to hire right people. I think Jay Shankar is a Rajya Sabha member and currently foreign minister. So he's doing all the groundwork.
And second thing, sir, we can't forget because Modi ji last 9 years they are trying a lot regarding how to develop our country. Yeah, it will not happen in one day work. They are trying a lot.
Yes, yes,
Then now
definitely,
we see result.
definitely. If you see
And
Indian politics, then there is a vacuum in the leadership. Is I will see the alternative to Modi is not there, which is good and bad both.
Yes, sir.
For a democracy, we need a strong opposition as well.
Yes, sir. Right now, no any opposition,
Yeah.
one leader.
Yeah. Pros are like you have political stability, which is good for economic growth of a country. For
Yes,
example,
sir.
these countries, very small countries like Singapore, Dubai, Hong Kong, why they were able to thrive because of political stability. The policies are not changing so fast. By the time projects have progressed, policies have changed. You know, so that brings a instability in countries' economic growth. But if projects are progressing and policies are also continuing, so that brings faster change and growth in the country, I will say. So that is a pro for political stability. But cons are like you need to have some, strong opposition that will challenge the views and policies and make right corrections. Right? So that is also very important for democracy like India. Otherwise, it will convert into a wrong state. I don't think that will happen ever in India because of its constitution. But once it happened in 1970 when Indira Gandhi imposed emergency, so we do have an example in democracy as well in the past.
Yes,
So
sir.
it's very important for countries like India to have a balanced uh, political parties. Modi has a unique proposition, value proposition. He doesn't have a family, so people do not doubt him on corruption charges and all this.
Yes, sir. This is really very big advantage.
Yeah, although it has been found recently that he supported business families like Adani and Ambani, and they become very people in the world very soon. So, but it happens in US also. All the all the elections are won based on support of business people. And then in return, the United States president appoints people from those political or those business houses to give back the favor. So United States has made legitimize all the illegal things and made it common process. India has not yet done. Although all the major parties they receive big funds for political, life. So there is some improvement that can be done in the legislation and to improve that situation between political party and business houses. It should be made more transparent through legislation. Rules and governing principles should be laid down.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, there are pros and cons definitely. You can see it from time to time.
Now Jamanji also joined. Good morning, Jamanji.
Good morning. Good morning. Sorry for late. Actually,
No
I
issue.
cannot join.
our
So
routine. Yes, Jamanji. Today we are discussing regarding a few days before our Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited in USA regarding a state dinner. So, do you know? Do you hear this news?
yeah, Narendra Modi visited the United States. It is the news for worldwide.
Yes.
But I
So we are.
actually I know he has visited, but I don't know deeply what happened over there, what types of agreements. That is actually I don't know. I'm not
Okay.
even though if you believe me, last last few years I'm not interested to know any political matter. I have no interest because I'm living in Bangladesh. Here, political, especially our South Asian political party, they are actually their morning, their one opinion, their statement is once, and at the evening, their statement is totally changed. Okay, so they are doing politics only for income. Okay, doing corruption, making money, and transferring Bangladesh to other country. That's why actually I don't like any political party, any political leaders, whoever he is.
Oh,
Okay.
you are not interested for regarding political topic.
Because they are cheating, just they are cheating with the people. They are cheating
Yeah.
with the people. Though
But
within the South Asian country, India is the
but
little bit changed.
but
Indian,
generally all leaders are not a cheater. Cheating.
they are cheating maximum.
Yes, yes.
Somebody is less and somebody is more, but maximum. Though even Indian, some personal Indian actually political is little bit up good, little bit good within the South Asian country. But if you look Bangladesh, Nepal, Pakistan, what is happening?
Yes, national leaders are looted people money.
Yeah,
That's correct.
they are doing politics only for making money. You, you can't believe in our country, those are actually not national leader. Those are actually leader in Thana. Thana means Upojala, we are saying. And
Taluka. Taluka.
Taluka, do you know police Thana? Thana? Do you have
Yes.
any idea about Thana?
Police station. Yes, yes.
Police station, yeah. Well, that is police station was police, but that is also some area. That is Thana level actually in our country. We say Upojala. That is Upojala level leaders also. They are also earning per month crore and crore money. But those are general people, those are working hard, they are not getting anything. They are not getting anything. Those are labor, those are worker, they are working day and night. But their family is not running properly. Oh, somebody has left. So, okay. Dr. Sanjay, how are you? Hello, Mr. Sanjay, can you hear me? Am I audible to you?
Yes, Jamanji, you are audible. I think. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, Jamanji, you are totally right. Maximum leaders are corrupted and they are trying a lot to how to earn money a lot. Doesn't matter what the condition of our general people. Type of is also in our society. Maximum country. Maximum country leaders' role is same. A few leaders are good for they think that how to develop our people, how to develop our country. But maximum leaders think is how to earn a lot of money, how to develop their his party personally.
They are doing politics only for uh, to be a to get a scope to be a minister like that, so that they can earn huge amount of money and transfer. That is their thing.
So Sanjay sir, Damanji want to talk with you. Yes,
Hello.
sir.
हेलो हाँ बोलिए यस सर
So, how are you?
आई एम गुड आई एम गुड हाउ आर यू
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, I'm doing
हाउ इज
good.
बांग्लादेश
Bangladesh, yeah, now we are doing good a little bit, but
हम्म
our economy is not good enough, you know. Uh,
हम्म
within last 3 or 4 years, all the goods, all the things, it is prices double, triple. Okay,
हम्म
people's life is very struggle. If
हम्म
you ask an rickshaw puller
हम्म
how much money you are earning per day, he
हम्म
will say per day I am earning around 1,000. Okay, that means huge amount of money. But
हम्म
if you ask, I mean, how much kg rice you need, then he needs minimum 3 kgs rice per day.
हम्म
Okay, 3 kgs rice means 300. That's gone.
हम्म हम्म
If you want to purchase uh, fish, then
हम्म
any kinds of fish,
हम्म
500, 600, 700, 800, 1,000 taka per kilo.
हम्म
So how he will how he will purchase? If you want purchase rice and fish, then money is
हम्म
finished. So it is not possible. Then automatically they are going to purchase vegetable. But vegetable also, maximum vegetable, 60 to 100 taka kilo.
हम्म
That means actually 1,000 means per month his earning is 30,000. He is paying rent house for rent house around 12,000, 10 to 12,000. Those are rickshaw puller actually. Their level is low. They are okay. Then how much money in their hand? How they will purchase their food? How they will go take their medical facility? Because in our country, now I can say there is no government, I mean, free medical facility in Bangladesh. Okay, government medical also available, but if you go there, they will say okay free. But at first you have to take one ticket to entry. Ticket how much? Okay, 70 or 80 taka ticket. Okay, if you purchase ticket, then you will go to one line. That line is one general doctor, normal doctor. He is sitting, and you will go to him. Then he will say, "What happened?" You will say, "Okay, I am feeling fever." Okay, you go to that doctor. He will transfer to another one. Okay, again you have to purchase another ticket. It may be 100 or like that. Okay, then again second line. When you will go to that doctor, he will give you okay. Go for one X-ray, one blood test, one pathological other test. Okay, the test will be minimum 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 taka. Okay, you have to pay. After few days, when you will with the collecting of test report, then you will go to doctor. Same process. You have to pay this payment. So where is the free? Is it called free? That means everywhere is cheating. Okay. And after that, when he will give this doctor will give you the medicine, he will write a prescription. When you go to the medicine store, they will say no, there is no medicine. Purchase from other from outside. That means everything is
Mm.
corrupted. Nothing to do.
So yeah, so I understand. This was the same case many years back in India also, but now things have improved. So I think it is a process through which every country goes through, and I think Bangladesh is going through that process. And things improve when countries' productivity improves, political stability improves, and then there is a political will to bring change and give benefits to common people. Otherwise, you know, when medicine is coming for common people and then someone else is, selling it in the black market instead of giving to the needy people, then what happens that the general health index of the country also deteriorates. And then health is wealth, right? So the productivity will go down because people are not healthy, right? So the country comes into a vicious cycle. So definitely Bangladesh needs a good leadership, I will say right now. Political leadership and willingness to, eradicate corruption. And corruption can be fought through technology these days. Like, many countries are adopting new technology to beat corruption. So, like, you pay, all the bills online. There's no middleman, right? You cannot siphon off the money.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Sanjay,
Yeah.
in our
So,
country,
yeah.
then some cases found directly, some personal taken video. You are doing corruption, you are taking black money, and
Mm,
someone taken video. Okay,
yeah.
but that it became
Hmm.
viral, but government didn't take any action against him because he's
Enforcement.
yeah,
Enforcement is poor.
yeah,
Although people know that something is happening, law is there, but enforcement is very poor to take
yeah.
action against anybody.
Because you can believe in our country last but I mean this present government they worked a lot. You can't believe they taken huge project. Okay,
Hmm.
like Padma Bridge, which is the largest bridge in Bangladesh,
Hmm.
is made Bangladesh. This government
Hmm.
they improved their road and other
Hmm.
all the things
Hmm.
is very low quality
Hmm.
and it is required like you are doing a bridge, just bridge or culvert like that. You need 1 crore, they will sanction you 10 crore. Okay. Because
Hmm.
that you can correct it and you are doing only 30 lakh or 40 lakh. You have
Hmm.
used only 30 lakh, other all the money
Yeah, yeah.
in your pocket. Okay. So
That was a
politicians,
common practice in India also, like in the state of Bihar. The politicians were taking, say, 100 crore rupees for building a road. Almost all 100 crores were going into their pocket, nothing on the road. But now things have changed, and now we see lots of new roads. I'm sure they are still siphoning off some money, but at least 60 to 80% money is going on the road now. And new roads are being built up, repaired, maintained. So I think it will improve when the right political will comes in the country. And I think Bangladesh has a federal government, right? You have central parliament and then you have state government, right?
yeah,
How?
I mean in our country there is called democratic country.
Hmm.
And our parliament is the main power. Okay, parliament
Hmm.
is the main.
And you have
Uh,
states also, or just one nation.
No, no, one nation, only one nation. There is
You
no
don't
state.
have states. Okay, okay. So there are no state governments.
Only one government, central government.
So the funding comes from central government through collection of taxes, and it goes to all the cities. How the cities are governed? Like you have mayors and
Mayors, yeah, cities
mayor.
and under mayor. Some cities like
Hmm.
seven or eight mayor in Bangladesh. Others is just under the DC.
So you have a centralized planning from the central government for the whole country.
They are telling they have plan. They have taken
Hmm.
100 years roadmap, but
Hmm.
I don't know
And
where is
then
the
the people, the elected people like member of parliament from each constituency, how do they get funding to develop their constituency?
they're getting money from the government.
Right. Yeah. So it directly goes to the constituency. Like, what is the governance? I am not very clear in Bangladesh.
Government, okay, I'm telling, like in our country there is an prime minister
Hmm.
who is the prime minister means he is the main for the
Right.
government,
Hmm.
and under prime minister there is some minister, those are in charge of the ministry, like
Correct.
I
Correct.
like
everything has
cabinet
ministry.
minister. Cabinet minister.
Hmm.
Cabinet, yeah, cabinet minister, right? Those are cabinet minister. But prime minister is the overall in charge. He is
You
the
have
prime
president
minister.
also, or you don't have president?
Yeah, we have president, but he is not acting anything. Okay, president means just one post. He has
Yeah,
no work.
constitutional post.
Constitutional
Is
post.
like a rubber stamp.
Yeah, just
Hmm.
for honorable post, nothing else.
Hmm.
He has no power.
So the so prime minister has cabinet ministers, and those cabinet ministers, they are responsible to get to invest the taxpayers' money for different schemes and policies, right? So who makes the policies? Like, is it the bureaucrats or ministers? They have, how do they get support to make policies?
Yeah, there is a planning minister in our
Hmm.
country.
Okay.
He is making planning.
Hmm.
But problem, yeah, it's true. The present planning minister in Bangladesh,
Hmm.
so far we can say he is a little bit good minister. Okay,
Okay.
he's trying. But problem is that uh, actually in our country, all the power goes to the prime minister. Especially in our country, there is a two political parties. One
Hmm.
is Awami League, another one is BNP.
Hmm.
So, Awami League means this is a party, but Awami League means only one person, that is Sheikh Hasina. He is the
Hmm.
supreme, not only supreme
Hmm.
over some power.
Yeah.
She is exercising. On the other hand, BNP, there is
Hmm.
an also only one. Khaleda Zia.
So is
Okay.
Sheikh Hasina a very rich person?
At
She has a
once,
big family.
she has big family. She has uh, everybody. She has a lot of relatives also. Uh,
Hmm.
she engaged his in our country there is an 300 member of parliament.
Wow.
Among that,
Hmm.
one day actually I heard the news. It may be more than
Hmm.
50 member of parliament from his relatives and his family.
Okay.
That means you can understand what types of government in our country. Actually,
Hmm.
all thing is from their family. Okay.
Right. Right.
Another thing is uh, everybody, all the parliament, they are waiting. What is opinion of prime minister? Then they will say,
Hmm.
okay, yes, yes, yes. But they will not say anything.
Hmm.
If Prime Minister become angry, then his membership will be
Hmm.
lost. He will be fall down. Okay, this is happening.
Right.
Nobody can
So
say
who is
yes.
the opposition like? Is it Khalida Jia?
No, nowadays actually, Khaleda Zia, I mean BNP, she don't.
Hmm.
They in election. I mean, in 2014, there was an election, and that election they didn't join because there is a corrupted government. That's why they say we will not join the election. Okay.
So Awami League versus BNP Bangladesh Nationals Party. So Awami League is ruling for several years, right?
Yeah, last 15 years, almost 15 years.
Yeah, and which is
And
good that there is a
another
political
thing,
stability in the country.
yeah, another
But
thing.
hmm,
Last election was in 2018.
hmm,
Okay, 2018. That election, BNP had joined, but they get only few number of the because that was not election actually. Everybody knows election. Actually, there was no election. Election, all over the world knows everything.
correct,
That's
correct,
why
correct.
BNP got eight, maybe eight or something, seat in parliament.
Hmm,
They are not getting any chance to do anything. They have no respect. No, they are not getting any chance to say anything. Okay, nobody
hmm,
listens to them. That's why they resigned. Okay,
hmm,
they have resigned, and now there is no only opposition leader is opposition party is Jatiyo Party, which is actually part of present government.
hmm,
Okay,
hmm,
so everything is IWAS.
hmm, hmm.
That is the
So
thing.
Abdul Hamid, who is the president of Bangladesh, has little say in running day-to-day government. It is the
No,
Sheikh Hasina prime minister.
no. 1 minute.
Hmm.
Abdul Hamid is not president now.
Oh, who is the president now?
And now new president because Abdul Hamid has completed two term. In our country
Okay,
there is nothing. Nobody can
okay,
be more than two term. Okay, so
okay, okay,
now new president is Mr. Justice Shahabuddin.
okay, okay. He was the Supreme Court judge earlier.
And, at once he was the district chief justice.
Okay, okay, okay. So there is a history of Bangladesh that at some point of time after independence, the parliamentary system was there, and then for many years there was a military rule in Bangladesh, and then after that again there is a parliamentary form of government came. So I will say Bangladesh is a very newly born country, right? If you leave aside the military rule that ended in 1990, if I am not wrong, or
Yeah,
91,
Nanti.
then after that, so it's hardly, you know, 20 plus 10, 30, 33 years now after military rule. And there were a few changes in the government. And and currently there are a lot of issues related to governance and human rights in Bangladesh. This is what I learn from day to day. So, but there are good things also in Bangladesh. Like one of the scholars who received Nobel Prize, he was from Bangladesh for microfinancing. I think when I was talking to your son, I also gave this example. I forgot his name again.
Dr. Yunus.
Dr. Yunus, yeah. So Bangladesh has given a very good concept to the whole world about microfinancing, and many countries are using it now. Microfinancing in a big way by taking advantage of technology, internet, and they are doing all sort of things now. I'm not sure crowdfunding is analogous to microfinancing. So those things are going on. So I think only way is Bangladesh can come up that the political will, you know, develops in the mind of the ruling prime minister to uplift the society. If good leader is there, things move very fast in a country. If you see Singapore, very small, like a small dot on the map, but the first prime minister himself decided that he will turn around the country into a from fishing village to a modern nation, and he himself cleaned the roads, the rivers, and then enforced rules that any person who violates, you know, the rules has to be punished. It may be a professor, it may be a minister, or any person, So there are examples where, very eminent people have been put behind the bars in Singapore to lead by example and show that law and enforcement is always there. And then he built, systems, the systems for telecommunication, systems for banking, systems for infrastructure development, systems for human resource development. Because in Singapore there is no resources; only people are the resources here. Then also he put up anti-corruption bureau, which was very active. So earlier Singapore was just a fishing village and a big place for prostitution and gambling. If you see in 1970s, 60s and 70s, that is how Singapore was. But now it has totally changed and it has become a modern world. I think same example for Dubai also. So Bangladesh has to follow some model, visit these countries, the like we have kids at home and they look at models, parents as a model. So what we do day to day, how we behave, kids also follow us, knowingly or unknowingly, in conscious or subconscious mind. Same thing, and they imbibe those values. So same thing, I think political leaders of Bangladesh have to do. I mean, I am nobody to advise such thing. And then they have to visit, successful countries and start following them. So that willingness has to come, that passion to transform the country has to come in the
Okay.
leader of the country, right?
Yes. Okay, Mr. Janil, one thing actually.
So all these things, what you are complaining about, health and rise in price and purchasing power of people, those problems are everywhere, but at different level. Like out of 10 at Bangladesh, it may be at level 8 or 9. In Singapore, it may be at level 2 or 3, right? But it is there. People here also complain about health system, although it is very advanced. Now Singapore is thinking about precision medicine, means collecting blood sample of people in advance and predicting what kind of disease they will get in next 5 to 10 years and start curing them instead of waiting for the disease to be developed. So the health bill will be very low on the system, and then same money can be invested in other areas of development. So people complain here also, right? And if you think about the prices, Singapore is the costliest place on this planet now. So people also complain about rise in rental rates. Like last month, there is a huge rise in rental. Like $3,000 apartment is now costing $4,500. So almost 50% increase, or increase in 100% increase in rental rate. So People are suffering here also, but at a different uh, pace of life, you know, and it will continue in any country, right? But I think being uh, a citizen of a democratic country, I think all citizens have rights to education, rights to health, rights to better infrastructure, water, clean water, all these fundamental things. And government who collects taxes, huge taxes, they need to direct those taxpayers' money into real development. Otherwise, it will never improve. So same was the situation in India. I think 20 years back, but now things are changing. But if I rate from 1 to 10, I will say still it is at 6 or 5. I think people who live in India regularly, they will tell, at what state we are. There is corruption, yes, there is still corruption at some level. But I don't think we have corruption if you want to go to bank and withdraw money. I don't think you have long queue now. People even don't go to banks these days. If you want to buy things, you can buy online, and whatever you. If you want to pay your bills, you can pay bills online. This is what I understand. Am I right, Pankaj ji and Surendra ji?
Yes, sir. Nowadays, cashless transaction is going on
Yeah.
smoothly.
Yes.
Doesn't
Yes.
matter people are educated or not educated. Every people are mobile.
Yeah. So these are the few things that Bangladesh government can take into consideration and follow some model to start with.
Okay. Yeah, they can follow. It is true. But problem is that actually our government, those are actually ruling government party,
Mm, mm,
they are trying to what can I say? They will own everything. Okay, they want to be a guardian of this country.
yeah.
Okay, that is the problem. You give an example, Singapore, then Abu Dhabi. Okay, yeah, it's true. At once they were very poor, but now they are rich country in the world and famous country in the world. Okay, but our country, actually, you can't believe, last few years, our 70%, 65 to 70% earning has been transferred to other countries. Like, our those are member of parliament, they
Mm,
have 100%. You can say 100%, maybe one or two exceptional. Yeah, I
mm,
know one member of parliament. He is not. Uh, he's not from the government party, even though you can say he's only one icon. Okay,
mm,
in his area, you can believe how much popular he is. Until now,
yeah.
he walking very old man, but he is walking by on hand. He nobody can believe he is a member of parliament. His lifestyle like a general people. He was a
Mm,
teacher. He was a teacher till now. Everybody is telling him, "Sarkar, how are you?" Like that. He is very
mm,
general to ordinary people, but he is very popular as a member of parliament. So
mm,
these two people is actually totally rare. Okay, but
mm,
others you can say more than 95% or 99% they are too much corrupted. They have
mm,
purchased their own house, own land
mm,
in
yeah, yeah.
America, Canada, Qatar,
Mm.
Abu Dhabi, and Malaysia also. Somebody,
Diversifying the fund
yeah, that
here
all
and
the
there.
from the Bangladesh they have and they has been transferred this money
Mm,
from country to other country. So how it will be developed? This is the
correct,
one
correct.
thing. Uh, our present government, Sheikh Hasina, if she can catch them this type of corporate people, then it will be this country will be developed and she will be more popular. Yes, at once she was too much popular in this country. Okay, no doubt.
Mm,
Personally, she was very good and very good man. Okay, as a human being, she is very nice, no doubt.
mm, mm,
Actually to get the power, she day by day she became corrupted. And nowadays
mm,
I don't know actually, but it's my own opinion. She has nothing to do. Okay,
Yeah,
she
so
she, she
Bangladesh
needs.
has
Uh,
to promote new young leaders,
uh,
educated and young leaders.
yeah, nowadays it's my thing and my own opinion. That is, uh, it's the time to change the political leaders. Okay, all the leaders.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, those are old ages. Actually, they are mentally not good. Okay, so that's why we should change our leaders.
Hmm. One good thing about Bangladesh right now is it doesn't have much interference from military rulers. Am I right?
Second, I
Military
couldn't.
ruler, military.
At once, there was some military
Yeah, now
leaders.
no more, right?
No, no, no. Now, military is
So,
nothing. This
so
way.
that is a good thing about the nation now. So, unlike neighboring countries, we have a lot of interference from military leaders and spying agencies. So, this is a good sign of Bangladesh, and it will thrive, I think.
Everybody is corrupted. That is actually
Yeah,
main.
corruption is a big issue. I can understand that.
Our
So, Damanji, what's the role of opposition? Where is opposition? If, our opposition leader is also corrupted.
Awami League.
yeah, Amli is the rolling party, and their part actually they created a group. Okay, some parties created 14 parties. They make a group. So Jatiyo Party nowadays they are opponent party, and they are part of Amu League. So you can understand opponent party, but it's the power of all the parties. They are making groups so that they can earn money. They can transfer money from this country to other country. Okay, every
Mm, correct, correct. So this is a sign of you know country, democratic country which is growing. So it happens. It happens. So what? So there is a political will that has to come. Political will to curb the corruption.
but our general people, those are we are general people. We became astonished. Actually, our Sheikh Hasina,
Hmm. Hmm.
she became changed. Okay, she has
Hmm.
been. It is shocking because
But
she is
people
the
are
daughter,
still
the
choosing,
daughter of
electing
Bangabandhu.
her. People are still electing her. Is it a situation of poor alternative to Sheikh Hasina?
No, no. And
Or
nowadays, actually,
hmm.
last election was not election. Okay, maybe 5% voter not going to uh,
Sheikh
uh,
Hasina?
not going to go to the vote center. They
Hmm.
didn't go. But
Why?
parent paper, it is more than 60% or like that. Actually, I forget the.
Hmm.
Actually, everything is in the pen and paper. Okay, everything in the pen and paper.
Hmm.
Damanji, this type of thing is happening after COVID or it's
No, no, no.
with
Actually, last 15 years, in our country, present government is ruling, and day by day they created all the mechanisms so that they can. They had given one declare that is they will be in power up to 2014 41. Okay.
2041?
Yeah,
Still,
they will be on the power to up to 2041. Okay, and they will
that's
change.
not called democratic.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a democratic rule, right?
They told they will change this country and they will make this country like a Singapore. Okay, they told they will make it like a Singapore. But yeah, at first government started in that way, but and nowadays actually everybody could realize if I can uh, if I can get chance to calculate 1,000 crore. Okay, nobody asked me. So. Why not? Why I will not do this? I cannot earn 1 lakh taka, but I got chance to get 1 crore taka. So I will do this because nobody will ask me. This is happening nowadays. If you are in the power, then everything is in your hand. Okay. Whatever you want, you can do. Nobody will catch you. There is no law for you.
So when military rule was there, Sheikh Hasina was living in India.
Yeah. At
And
that
from
time,
India, she contested election and then she won and came back after removing the military rule in 19, in which year?
81.
81, yeah, 1981.
81. Then
Correct,
after
correct.
2 years, maybe 83, maybe 80,
Mm,
83 or 84, she back to Bangladesh.
right,
Actually,
right.
I forget the.
Correct, correct.
And sir, I think Sheikh Hasina parent also died.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were all killed during the military coup in 1970,
75,
75, yeah. 15th August 1975. There was a
15.
big murder
Yes, yes.
by Bangladesh army. And his father was the first president of Bangladesh, Sheikh
Bangladesh.
Abdul Rahman, right? Sheikh
Sheikh
Mujibur Rahman.
Sheikh Mujibur Rahman.
Yeah, father of the nation. Like how we
Yeah.
call Gandhi father of the nation. Same.
Yes.
So, and she has a descendant from Baghdad and Arab nations. So,
Problem of
hmm,
our Sheikh Hasina,
hmm,
uh, she cannot actually she cannot control the her MPs ministry
hmm,
because when they are starting corruption, if
hmm,
at that time she caught them, then automatically it will be it should be stopped.
hmm.
She
Correct.
didn't. She was
Then why
failed.
people are choosing her in the government
No, nowadays you can't believe nowadays nobody, even though those are actually general people,
opposition?
those are supporting the Amu League, they
Hmm,
also like this government. They also want to change because they can understand actually. They are telling they will develop this country.
hmm,
Actually, they are developing. They are transferring money from this country to other country. Okay, those are leaders. They they are they become weak. Uh, I can say one thing that is I know one man. Okay, I don't like his name. At once, uh, they are seven brothers. Okay, they are seven brothers. They have any income source. Okay, whole day they are going here and there. You are 1 person to him. He will go to your house and maybe he will do his lunch. After that, he will come out and he will around here and there. Then maybe found Pankaji. Pankaji, brother, how are you? Then and then he will go with him in his house. Then he will do his dinner. Okay. Then come out. This was his. When this government has come in the power, within 3 years, he made a uh, big house that is fifth floor. So fifth floor house made by him. Can you imagine how much corruption is going on in this country?
नमस्ते हिमांशु जी।
नमस्ते नमस्ते। क्या हाल चाल है पंकज जी? क्या हाल है संजय सर? क्या है जमान जी?
all okay, sir.
Yes.
गुड गुड।
Sir, Himanshu ji live from Canada. Living in
Hmm,
Canada.
hmm. अभी तो रात हो गया होगा.
Yes.
हाँ
Late now.
रात हो गई। मैं थोड़ा बाहर था, शॉपिंग कर रहा था, तो अभी आया वापस। सो अभी
हाँ,
आई सॉ
वैं,
दिस।
वैंकूवर में है
नो, इन टोरंटो।
टोरंटो में. अच्छा. Hmm.
सो इट्स 9:40 नाउ।
Hmm.
940.
9:39. अभी कैसा वहाँ weather? How is the weather in Canada? Still
It's
chilling?
very different. Not chilly means uh, sometimes too hot, around 38-40 degree. Sometimes it's raining.
Not a good time to play golf now.
No. In the morning you can go and play the golf, but afternoon would be nightmare.
Yeah, I'm
Because
planning to go to Vancouver to play golf
okay,
sometime. So my
yeah,
host is advising to come in August or September. September.
August would be good. September would be little bit cold,
Hmm.
and
So
nowadays global warming is impacting everywhere, so things are
that,
not accepted.
correct. That's true.
And yeah, like that. So weather is not that great, to be honest, because
Hmm.
40 degree of Canada is equivalent to 50 degree of India.
That's true.
So it's very hard. That's what I can say.
So do you guys have fan inside home or opening the
AC,
windows and surviving?
AC.
AC. Okay. Oh, AC is there. Okay. Because many cold countries they don't believe in AC.
Yeah, but Canada has few months you will not able to survive without AC, I guess.
Okay.
And the home is made of complete wood.
Yes,
So
that's why.
if you don't cool it down, the floor and everywhere you will see the door will not fit properly. Floor will be bumpy due to temperature.
Yeah, true. Agree. So I lived in Germany for some years. So during summer we just used to open the window.
That
We
great.
didn't have any fan or AC.
That would be great if it could be possible.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the humidity and the air is very warm. So I started feeling headache if I will feel hot. It's very not.
Yeah, me too. I also cannot. So Toronto, is it closer to sea or yeah?
So my house is near to the lake, so
Mm.
just 2 kilometers far from the.
That's why your humidity is high there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, then you need AC.
Yeah. So
Otherwise,
in Canada, I haven't seen the really sea.
mm.
It's all our water lake. So it's still a lake water.
Yeah.
Yes, I think I like Jammu Kashmir, Ladakh. Canada has, I think, no ocean. In Ansuji,
Yeah.
too high.
Yes.
Yes, too high, I think. So ocean is not present in Canada.
It would be, but nearby our home, I have seen only lake water. And when you will have a look on the lake water, you will see the lake water will look like a sea. Means there is no end. You will not able to see the end point. So
Huge lakes.
yeah, that's huge lakes. I will say very. It feel
Like
like a
Chilka
sea,
Lake in
but
India, Chilka Lake. You
yeah,
cannot see the end. In Odisha, we have
similar.
Chilka Lake. Yeah. So today we were discussing about Prime Minister Modi's visit to US, and then we diverted our topic on Bangladesh.
Yes.
So we started dissecting what is the issue in Bangladesh, history and economic situation related to corruption. All those things.
Sometimes I feel Bangladesh is like a Bihar. Once upon a time, when Laliji was
Yes.
there,
Yes.
Yes.
and it's
Bangladesh.
just literacy, knowledge. People are not rich, not have much to. They are struggling to feed themselves. So
Yeah. If I see the the salary of the prime minister, it is just over 1,000 US dollar per month, about $16,000 per year. So if prime minister gets such a salary, then you can think about the country's situation, right?
Yes, and globally everywhere is the expense. Things are getting expensive,
Yeah, yeah,
and every
expensive.
country is importing and exporting.
Yes, yes.
So there's a impact. I heard that the people don't have much money to really feed themselves nowadays,
Yeah, yeah.
and the government is not interested to do much. Otherwise, Bangladesh have lots of natural resource. They could
Yes,
utilize
yes,
that,
yes.
but
And talented people.
yeah,
Oh,
but government don't want like a Laluji.
yes, yes,
Keep
yes.
it everywhere.
Yeah, if you educate people, they will start asking questions, and then so that is the situation right now. But
Yeah.
there are very good universities in Dhaka and other places.
Okay.
I met
Another
many
thing.
eminent scholars from Dhaka, doctors and engineers outside Dhaka,
Yeah.
outside Bangladesh.
Okay.
Plenty.
Sumantaji, sorry, Sandeji,
Mm,
and one thing in our country nowadays, those are actually educated, those are actually real gentlemen. They don't like to go near the politics. They don't.
mm,
They hate the politics because they haven't any honor. Okay,
mm.
those are corrupted. Those have illegal money, huge amount of money. They are on our.
Because politics becomes the conduit to siphon off money, illegal money, to other
Illegal.
countries. Yeah. Through political
And
influence, they build their own empire. And those who are educated, they want to do right things. And in politics, there is no place for right things right now in Bangladesh, is what I see. So a change has to come, definitely. So it is on the verge of change because people are
First,
getting educated. Yeah.
and need a leader to be changed first, because if there will be
Yeah.
not a good leader, that Titanic is going to be sip today or tomorrow.
That is what we were discussing about the leadership only, that a political will has to come
Mm.
in the existing leader to bring about change. As the leader has to go, and the young leadership, new leadership, visionary leader has to come. So there is a big opportunity in Bangladesh right now. This is how I see.
this after this year, I mean, December, last week of
Mm,
December or first
mm,
week of January, there will
mm,
be one election. Hmm.
mm,
General people, they could realize, okay, it will be election, no, it will be selection. Okay, everything will
mm,
be
mm,
which is happening last 50.
mm, mm,
But as I told you,
mm,
she is the daughter of our Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So our expectation was very high, but
mm,
nowadays there is no expectation. Only one expectation, that is when she will leave the power. Okay,
mm,
the thing. Though it is true, I believe, personally, I believe that if anybody came to the power, everybody will be corrupted, because this is actually corruption is the motto of these countries people. I can say
mm,
those are not corrupted, they are not respectable. This is
mm.
the problem.
So, Jamanji, what's your opinion regarding defense sector? Bangladesh needed a lot of defense provision or no? It's simple.
Actually, defense is required, but problem is that if our government is starting people corruption, then those are defense person, they will do little bit. This is the normal. Okay, because if I do anything, nobody can ask me. Then why I will not do? I'll take my facilities. So those are defense person. They will do same thing.
No, my
Uh,
question is, suppose your neighbor is India, only India, eh? Yes.
our
You have
neighbor.
no any problem regarding your border
Oh, in border. Yeah,
area. You have no
border,
any
border area.
big.
Yeah, BSF, and they had killed just 3 years ago. But now 2 3 years it is okay. I think there is no incident happened in border area. But before that, some BSF personnel, they had killed a lot of Bangladeshis in different situation, different. So that was the big issue. That at that time it was all over the world news. But nowadays, last 2 3 years, I think everything is okay. Now our everything is good. There is no incident happening over there. I didn't listen. I didn't hear anything. Next is government plan. Okay, is government
Really good, Sir
sorry?
Himanshu ji. For Bangladesh country, it's really very good. For Bangladesh has no any more requirement regarding defense or safety. Yes.
I don't know, to be honest. So hard to comment on that.
No, no. Suppose India has a neighbor means Pakistan, China, this type of opposition type of means. But Bangladesh is small country. Uh, they have no more money required regarding defense means safety of
Yeah.
No, we have no confliction with anyone. Okay.
yes. As like Nepal is also connected with China, but Bangladesh is very good. They have no need to expense a lot of money regarding soldier. Then after also the situation of people is not good, but really very not a good work by political people one.
Yep.
After 1971, after freedom of Bangladesh, they have no needed to any war involvement directly. Yes, Sanjay sir.
Yes, yes, yes. You're saying that they can spend more money
No
on
need to explain.
welfare.
Yes.
But as Jamanji
Yes,
said,
sir.
that more money means more corruption in Bangladesh right now. Yeah. And every nation needs some deterrence for its defense forces. So I think the solution lies in the change in leadership, or the current leader changes its vision and policies and to curb the corruption. This was a big problem in India also, corruption. It is still. But now we see signs of development, roads, infrastructure.
It's very hard to get rid of corruption,
Hmm.
but there are still few ways we can do and which will overcome the corruption. Like
Hmm.
technology, one of the things. Like
Hmm.
I really respect Modi ji.
Hmm.
I will not say there is no corruption in Modi government. There is,
Hmm.
but those are smart way of doing a corruption, and those corruption are not get impacting to the middle class directly the way the previously. Like in Congress government, we can see there was also not much expense towards the defense. There was not too much democracy and freedom in the defense. So these things are coming, getting added from the Modi ji, which helping. So much automation he has done in the Indian government. Like he automate the complete uh, like a driving license. If you need a today driving license, there is a online. There is a fee. Everything is clear.
Passport,
Passport,
passport, drive, paying the bills,
bills. So there's no
transferring
way you
money.
can't do the corruption now there.
Mm.
So nowadays system is going on, systematic. This
Lot
system
of
is
middleman thing has been removed.
And it will take time because what we have acquired over a 70 years, it will take time to get overcome as well. Now he released $2,000 notes. Now he understands that that note is making a more corruption. So he removed that one also.
yes, yes. No, Himanshuji, it's
Mhm.
when 2000 note implementation time, Modi ji told
Mhm.
that time, 2000 note is not a permanent, only for
If
available
Modi
for
would continue, I guess going forward there would be no cash to rotate. Everything will be digital, and that would be very great thing for overcoming over a corruption.
practically nowadays we seen that in market, in vegetable market, every people has one Google Pay or Paytm. They have no need to
Yeah,
face
Mm.
transaction. Doesn't matter they are educated or not educated.
yeah, but corruption is
Transaction is
not there.
online.
Corruption is not
Yes,
on that ground. Corruption is
yes.
above them. Okay, so corruption start from rich people rather than poor people.
Yeah, in paying taxes, income tax, corporate tax, they find ways to manipulate and divert those funds, and then you know the taxes do not come to the government, and government cannot spend money for development, infrastructure, and other things. So yes, Himanshu is right that corruption is not, even if it has lower level, it has no big impact. The big impact of corruption is the higher level.
Because in India there is a big difference in terms of rich people, between the rich people and between the middle class and between the poor people.
Hmm.
Rich are getting too rich because rich have all those resources available which help them, like they can hire a CA, chartered accountant, to manipulate the amount. Yeah, they can
Hmm.
buy multiple property and multiple. There's too much corruption in Canada. There is still a corruption. I will not say in Canada there is no corruption. There is a corruption, but there is white paper corruption, very
Hmm.
top level corruptions, not a corruption on ground level or middle class.
Hmm. You work for which company, Himanshu?
I work with HSBC.
Okay, so you're in banking.
Yes, so I that's why I know too many things
Yeah.
in terms
So you
of cash.
disburse funds
Yes,
as a loan and then collect interest.
correct. That's one of the retail area, but the HSBC Bank, JP Morgan, Barclays, these big banks are generating a
Investing.
business with the market, like a
Hmm.
trading instrument, trading stocks, and all those things.
Hmm.
So their major revenue is from that area, and these has to be there to showcase the bank is meant for. Those are the bank basic principle. But
What is
if
that
you
trading? Can you tell more about that?
trading, like we have a complete big department which do the algo trading. There's a broker who go and like uh, like the instrument I handle, like suppose Walmart wants to set up a new warehouse or new their branch in any different country, they need to do the big transaction, correct? So they need to, if they move to Canada, they need to invest, they need to bring a Canadian dollar equivalent to 3 million, 4 million, more than that, it's equivalent to the billions at least, or millions still. So if they need a million, then who will give them a million? Like, it's a big number. So they come to the bank and they do the deal. We need a 1 million. Then bank, what bank does is they sell the Canadian dollar, or if they are giving them a GBP, so they will sell the GBP and they
Forex.
do the forex transaction. That's one of them. Second is the retail market, like big company called Tata and other company. They buy the raw material from the another country. So they used to buy multiple stuff from multiple different countries. So they need to do the transaction in their country local currency. But they usually buy today and pay after 90 days. In a supply chain, usually payment gets it done after 90 days.
Correct.
But in 90 days, there could be a fluctuation in terms of currency. So today is $70, but after 90 days, if we come at $72, and if the transaction of a 1 billion, $2 billion will go right away. Like $1, like 2 billion rupees will go right away in terms of Indian currency, if you see. So that's a big number for their uh, channel to run. Operational cost could go high after 3 months, or could go down if the currency goes. So they make sure they do the contract with the bank, and we make sure we give them a number. Like if today is $70, we will charge them $70.5, and we will make sure them after 90 days you will be, if market go up and down, it will, you will not have any impact. So after paying a point 0.5, they secure the expense and they fix the expense like that. So how we do this? We calculate the cash flow, how's the market, because we are not a god. We also need to calculate how the currency and cash flow is moving in every country, and based on that cash flow, bring the we bring the number which will be equivalent to that, and then we add a commission on that, and then we charge like that. So that type of business, banking in market business does more, and they generate a more revenue, because there is no one sitting on the computer to buy and sell. They are coming to you and requesting you to make sure we have done the $1 billion transaction, which will be payout will be in after 90 days. Make sure. So $1 billion, if there is a $0.5 addition, you can see it's a huge number. And those 0.5 you will not get with the banking system. So that's one of the example I'm saying. But you take that $92 billion today, actually, from the bank as a collateral. They might not pay you, but we will keep the collateral of 2 billion from that bank, because we need to pay him after 90 days. He will not give me a cash or that currency, but I have a something as a concrete. If tomorrow something happened, I can sell it off. And so bank will do what bank will do. First things is a like they calculate based on the experience and based on the system cash flow, because they have lots of data from all the bank, and then index. There's too many things. I will explain later if required. I do that job actually. So, and those collateral, we can use those collateral to rent out for next 90 days, and we can generate the revenue from that also. That's complete profit to the bank. So these all big banks are not good in retail banking, I will say. They are just doing a retail banking because they have a license of bank and they're supposed to do it. But they usually they usually generate a revenue from markets, global market, and that's their key business area.
And in this way, it is a win-win situation.
Yeah,
So
no doubt.
those who are doing business, they also make money, and they have a support system, a facilitation for forex through these banks.
Correct, no doubt. And that's what happened last time, 2007, when the JP Morgan, not JP, Lehman Brothers, got bankrupt. they utilize the collateral too much, which collateral have become the value of zero. So
Ah,
they inflated the
like
market saying
property.
that that
They use
property and that
property as the collateral. Yeah.
correct
Too much.
property. The too many things could be treated as a collateral. So sometimes like every company has their own uh, cash deposited in every government as well. Like any company, if comes to any country, they need to do the certain amount of deposit with the government, and that deposit could be also become a collateral.
Hmm.
So so there are too many things, and bank generate revenue from multiple channels, not from one channel. So whoever is the bank client, he is a bank client. So we are charging for the banking service. We are now charging him for that contract. Now we are charging him for other asset. Now we are charging him for the premium service. Like if you tomorrow, if you have an employee who is traveling to another country and he lost his wallet and anything, and he's a big client, big person, because he's a marketing guy, he will go and do the business in next another country. So that means that guy is not a small person, it's a valuable and value for the bank company. So if something happen and if he need extra cash there, we will make it available for him in 24 hours to 7 days, day night anytime. We have a premier banker who will go his home, he will deliver everything like that. So service is completely different for the corporate uh, business, and that's how the HSBC, JP Morgans, and all these Barclays, Deutsche Bank, they generate the revenue actually. Big pocket. Another thing is the money laundry. You always hear that this bank has a fine of money laundry, this bank has a fine of this much, and that's
Hmm.
how it
Very good.
is.
Very good summary of what bank is doing.
Yeah,
We should have some session, knowledge session, sharing session on finance, also banking and finance. Pankaj, not just science.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Like
there's too
what
smart
runs the
people in.
what runs the system is finance and banking. If they are not there, then science will not thrive.
Now it's India 7:40. So,
Yeah. पंकज जी
can I
मुझे
stop this session
हिमांशु
now?
जी का हिमांशु जी का नंबर भेजिए. I will like to learn a lot
Yes,
of
yes,
things
sure,
from
sure.
him.
Yeah, sure, Pankaj ji,
Let us.
Sanjay ji.
Yeah, we can connect offline.
Yeah,
He's very
yeah,
knowledgeable.
sure, Sanjay. No, I'm working with those people. I got those knowledge, and
Hmm.
I'm handling one of the system which does the FX trading. So I know all these contract.
Hmm.
That's how. When you work in the bank, you will meet those clients, and if you spend time with them, because it's your day in and day off job, and then you will surprise when the people start thinking these guys start from there actually. So
Hmm.
I'll not take much time. There's a on my office. There's a third floor and there's a trading floor. In a single day, one person generate $1 million as a profit for a single day, and out of 1 million they took the bonus as around 20-30,000, and rest goes to the bank. And when you will see how they do it, you will be there is a one movie called Margin Call. If you guys haven't seen that,
Margin.
it,
Margin on Netflix
yeah, it's on I think Netflix and YouTube
or
as
Prime.
well. Margin Call. That movie is based on Lehman Brothers. So just have a if you get the chance, just have a look. you will have little bit of idea about what happened on a market banking on a top level. All these banks, the big bank, have the retail. If you see their retail is in loss. But when you see their market, they will be 10 times higher than what they have invested. So it's a very profitable business. So
So retail is just for show.
yeah. What I have understood, not like SBI Bank, but these all HSBC, JP Morgan, Barclays, Deutsche Bank, all these are big players play in the market rather than the retail bank.
So
They
margin
just
call
keep
is
it.
basically a demand from the brokerage, right? For him to
Correct,
increase the
sort of.
amount of equity in your account.
Correct. And everybody is having a tie-up. So, like I will talk later on. There's an index. You might heard about the index in every country, and everything controlled from 4 countries: Singapore, London, US. So these are the major
Which one the fourth
pocket.
country? Singapore, London, US, and UK, and
UK and France also play a vital role. I'm not sure
okay.
if that is still a part of that. So there is a 8 country who decide the bond price. Okay. And
Hmm.
so when we go, like a bank also say, okay, every country give okay, we will put this much of interest rate. But interest rate is a one part. On top of
Hmm.
interest rate, there is a banking charges. How much bank will charge? If you go any bank, prime rate plus 2 would be minimum. Okay. But when we work on a corporate business, there is something different, and that's a number which is a bond number, a bond pricing number, and that number is getting concluded by 8 different banking brokerage, and there is also some up and down settings, and then that make, like, if you Google LIBOR index manipulation, there is a one news year 2012 and 14. Few bank done the manipulation and they generated a lots of revenue, and later on every bank has to pay the fine, and the fine was around 2 million, where they generated a 15 to 16 million, like, and can
That's
not
very
million,
less.
billion. So everybody knows that, and they know if we caught, we will
So
need to pay fine.
Himanshu ji, now also the LIBOR rate, SIBOR rate is very high.
Yes.
Like I took a property here in Singapore, and my interest rate was 1.65% plus LIBOR or SIBOR, I forgot. So
Yeah, it depends
LIBOR
upon
was
the
only
local.
0.65%. So my whole total interest rate was about 2%. But
Okay.
now, last year, or I think couple of months back, my interest rate has gone to above 4%.
Yeah, so few countries like Singapore, I know because I have so many
And
clients.
also inflation is very high. So this is a
Yes.
very unique situation where interest rate is high and inflation is also high. So
So
they call it
whenever
a stagflation situation. I'm not sure what is it.
correct. So whenever there would be inflation, there would be so how the bank. So see, if I'm consuming time, better we can discuss later on. Otherwise, it's a very handshake business. Like when I land money, I need to generate more than that.
Hmm.
Correct. So
Correct.
bank, every country has their own central bank, and central bank decide prime rate. Like LIBOR, basic prime rate, they will decide. Okay, like the amount they charge to a particular bank. If bank also borrow the money from the central bank,
Hmm.
so central bank lend the money to the bank with 1%. But
There's
if when
bank to bank lending
yes,
rate. है ना?
lending rate.
Hmm.
But when it get landed to the retail market or individual like us, it would be if there's a 1%, there would be 0.5 will be get added, because bank will say it's our operational cost.
Hmm.
And when bank knows we are taking a $1 or $1,000 from a central bank, and after year end I need to pay them uh, around 1,100, so they will try to generate more out of that, because
Hmm.
there's too much operational cost also. So
Hmm.
1.05 is not enough for them to run the bank,
Hmm.
literally. There's so much cost. So what they do, they took the money and they dispute that money. Like there's a money of customer as well. So
Mm,
what they usually do, they invest the certain amount in the bond price. So
mm,
every country has their bond,
mm,
and those bond will be very fixed, guaranteed amount, because they don't want to play everything in the market because it's too
mm,
dicey. Then bank could be bankrupted. So the interest rate is varies based on the bond. So if you see, I'm not sure about the Singapore terms, but in Canada, if you go and ask for the home loan or mortgage, the option would be available for 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year, max 7 year. You will not able to take the mortgage for 30 year.
mm,
Nobody will offer you. Why? Because they play with the bond, and bond, any bond you will buy from any government, it will expire in 7 years maximum.
mm,
So I will talk about this later, because there is a cycle of chain and the compounding and the interest, and
mm,
based on that they generate. So that's how it works actually. But there is few more things, fact which, like this is the one of the instrument, but there is a line of credit also.
mm,
There's a credit card also. There's a
mm,
landing against the property or collateral also,
mm,
and there's a market also, and there's a risk, client versus risk compliance as well. So
mm,
every, like the civil score or the credit history score, based on that, there are too many things they play the
mm,
role. And there's an employee benefit as well. Like I'm an employee, so I have a discount of 1%,
mm.
which is really high as compared to any other. So that's how it works. And now the I will conclude with the very quick. Like you said previously, the interest rate was 2%. Now the interest rate is high because the landing rate bank to bank is went up. So if that will go up, then the definitely the price, the rate of interest will go up. So we used to hear that 25 basis point cut, now 25 or 50 point or 1,100 points getting up. That means adding a core landing price, and that is impacting us. And the inflation comes into the, because if inflation only. So what actually happened is, in during COVID, every government everywhere, they everyone follow UK and US more or
Mm,
less.
mm,
How that government does, what that government does is they printed the note. They printed too much currency. Now
mm,
currency supposed to be a certain, if you print too much, the currency valuation will go down.
mm,
So what they have done, initially they printed too much money and make it free, interest free. Almost 0% and 0.5% was the interest rate from the central bank. So everybody feel that it's a free money. Everybody took that money, and they invested here and there. Now the
So
bank,
basically, countries around the world, they are serving United States and UK.
sort of, kind of, and
we
they
we
following
earn
them
and we
as
pay
well.
them. Mm,
Yeah, and they follow them. So what is happen is they printed money, they every country follow the same, and they also printed the money. So the market had the surplus cash,
mm,
which reduce the value of that currency. Now they know they printed, they make it too easy to money, make it money very easy to borrow, and that's why inflation went up. Because why inflation went up? When the product is getting sold supposed to be $10, and now you are ready to pay $12, who will want to sell at $10?
mm.
Everybody starts selling at 12 and above, because people had the money,
Supply.
handed money, available supply,
Lot of supply of
lot
money.
of supply. At 1%, they said 1% we can rotate here at the 2%. People are smart. Now government is too smart. They said, okay, I have given you money when you were had a bad time. Now you have a good time. I want those money back. How I will take the money back?
Interest rate.
I'll increase the interest rate. The moment the interest rate will up, everything will be get impacted, because everybody is borrowing the money and rotating that money. So it
Right.
is going to impact every single person of that country and different country and the corporate and everyone. So everyone will get impacted, and whatever money they had printed and surplus into the market, they will be borrow out as a interest, and then they will destroy those currency to balance out the print.
So when it will uh,
It will take
complete?
another 3 years based on the current situation.
3 years. Like,
Another 3 years.
I'm
Because
going to pay
still,
more for my house.
I have just bought the house. I will tell you, I just bought the house and
Mm.
I bought on 4.99%.
What was the
I
earlier
have,
interest rate?
earlier interest rate was 1%.
Oh my God.
So so imagine that what will happen in, so it will take another 1 or 2, at least 3 years, because when it is available it's consumed very fast, but when it getting high it impact to the, so our social society and the people. And when printing, it is not available for everyone, that those money was morely more or less available for a rich people who will not have an impact if the interest rate goes up for next couple of years.
Mm.
But the people below the